Hi, day 4 of the challenge today. Let's roll the intro, see how we're getting on. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers and I am the Scruffy Trader. And this week I'm doing a little bit of a challenge to see if I can trade a micro account and grow it by 20%. Kind of putting trading in the real world, if you like. So if that sounds good, please click the subscribe button, smash the like, click the little bell icon so you can see any further videos I do. If you've got a question, just drop it in the comments below. So where are we up to? Well, this is day 4. And it's had its moments this week, but nothing out of the ordinary because I've stuck to certain plans. And talking of plans, this was an unexpected interruption, but it is the coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. Likes Winky as well. But let's get back to what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you today's entry, and then I'll break it down on a spreadsheet at the end so you can see where we're up to, why I've done it, how I've done it, etc. And then I'm going to have a little look at this behind me. So while you're watching the trade, just think about know thyself. It is one of my most favourite quotes by Socrates, and the full quote is, "Know thyself, it is the beginning of wisdom." And if you can figure out where it's actually emblazoned on, because there is a temple in Greece, you may pat yourself on the back. And then I'm going to go through what a pat is. So let's see the trade.
Okay, boys and girls, orders just triggered. Same drill as always, which is the early morning rotation. Got my coffee, and got my screens. Now it's just triggered. It's firing in. We are looking at a target of about 30 pips to the pivot line. And the idea is not really going to scale it, just going to pull it into risk free as soon as it gets down here, but I'm looking for a very quick move into it if we can get it. And who knows, might even try and pull it down. Right, that's it. Ready to rock. We're all set. Nice and simple. like me now. Now I'm on my way. I'm crazy. There we go, guys. All done. 4 days. And it was done with a simple plan. Thought it out. Broke it down to the smallest common denominator, which is £20 a day, and allowed little bits to run over and compounded those little bits to ensure that the target is met ahead of schedule, and also those little bits over the target allow for if I make a mistake, because if one of these trades had gone wrong, I could end up losing £20 rather than gaining £20, or in the case of today, I could have lost £35. It's just one of those things, but all those little bits over the top of the £20 a day target would have offset that. And that's kind of how I do things, and it's no different than how a business is run. You always have little contingencies because there's breakages, there's spillages, there's theft. All of these things have to be taken into account out of your profit and loss. And that's how I look at things, okay? So all these little bits added up, and I'm actually put me a day ahead of where I needed to be. So, happy days. It's all documented, kept it nice and simple. Today was one shot on a high probability trade, because that's what I was doing this week. I had no room for mistakes, so everything had to be high probability, and it also had to be get in and get out, because if it reverses and starts taking money off me, I've got nowhere to go. All right, so I needed to get in, get out, build the bank up a little bit, and that's what I've done. And today's rotation worked very well. I used pivot points as target areas, and I was looking for bounces. Worked, and now I'm quite happy. So the scores on the doors are £104.42. Good result. More than the 20% that I needed. I took 19 positions out of 7 trades, because that should really say positions, not trades. Because if you're watching this without seeing the others and you don't quite understand what this is, if I took trade 1, I opened up 2 positions at the same time, but it was essentially the first trade. Okay, so they were both at 50p. And then trade 2, and the TP is where I haven't had enough money to open a separate position, because I would like to open 3 or 4 positions, but there isn't enough margin here to do it. I have to manually carve off the sort of scale points, if you want to call it that. And that's what the TP is. So when I got to a certain level, I would take so much of the trade off and manually close that out, TP1, and then as it went forward. And it's been an interesting week. I like doing these sort of things, and it's no real difference to how I trade. The only difference is obviously position size is greater, and what it's proved is it's kind of possible. Well, at least I hope it has anyway. Not so much proved, maybe that's the wrong word, because I'm not really in this to be an educator and shout and bawl, for all some people do get on my nerves at times. I just want to inspire you guys and show you a little bit of entertainment, because that's what this is. I do this purely for pleasure. I really enjoy it, and I love trading. I really do. And when I speak to the guys in the Facebook group, it's always quite light-hearted. There's no selling allowed in there. There's no signals, courses, nothing. It's just a bunch of guys enjoying each other's company, listening to some terrible music, by the way, because Martin, I'm back on with you, boy. Mine's still better. I'm in the 60s go-go at the moment. Sloopy. That's been a winner this week. And my good old favourite, I'm back also on the old country and western, Toby. Keep rocking, Toby. Boy, do I like you. Toby Keith, for those who don't know, one of my favourite singers. You know, How Do You Like Me Now? One of my favourite songs ever. Brilliant. Anyway, been a great week. Mission accomplished. And I'm going to put it on a whiteboard and kind of give an overview of why I've done this week. Okay. So come with me.
There you go, guys. Challenge complete. 4 days. And I know it says 5-day challenge, but the 5th day is still part of the plan and still part of the challenge. This means I have a day off. Because if you are complete, you quit. Nothing wrong with that. Because if you don't need to trade, don't trade. So many people get that wrong. And that kind of comes to the quote that I said at the beginning of this video. Know thyself, it is the beginning of wisdom. Did you figure out where it was from? Well, it's inscribed on the Temple of Apollo at Delphi, where all the great philosophers used to hang out and create some of the most wonderful ideas in history. And that's what we need as traders, wonderful ideas. Which is why each day you need to pat yourself on the back. I know you might look at that and go, pat? What? Well, think about it. It's an acronym, and it's a good one to keep in your mind. You see, if you're going to trade, you cannot just open up the laptop and think it's an ATM machine, you know. And I know the first thing that goes through, you might, whoa, you hold on a second here, Langers. I've got a green Lamborghini to buy.
You ding-dong!
Give it to me again.
You ding-dong!
Well, if that's what's running through your mind, you have failed before you start. You have to be disciplined. Know thyself. And it is that simple. If you're impatient, you're going to fail. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. So, what is patting yourself on the back? Well, the clue is what I've just been saying. And I said it quite a bit. It is plan. You must plan what you are doing and have an idea of your plan. And I know it's boring. And I know most people don't like it. They just think that there's a secret little club that us guys live in and we have the key and you are locked out and that you just need a secret little system and you're going to be rich. It doesn't work like that. Trading is very simple. It's you that is difficult. It's not the system that you use, it's the trader. Because emotions play havoc with you. But you can build that into your plan. Okay? So once you have a plan and an idea of your plan, and the plan this week was to turn 500 into 600. So that was the plan. Simple. But then you need to action your plan. Sounds easy, doesn't it? You just break it down. When can I trade? How can I trade? What are the market conditions? All of this sort of thing. So if you know that, then you know what tool to use. So to action the plan, you need the right tools. I know straight away you're going, what tool? What? And it's like I say, one strategy does not fit all, but one strategy fits a certain market condition. So you then, as part of actioning your plan, need to read the charts. Is the market moving up? Well, yes, it is. Right. So I need moving averages, because they are perfect for a trending environment. Is the market in a range? Well, maybe. Don't know. I'll find out. So you go through the charts. And if you can't find a trending market that's moving up or moving down, and you found a range, well, then you need an oscillator, an RSI. Simple as that. So now you've got a plan idea. I'm turning 500 to 6. So I know what I'm trying to achieve. My action, I need the right tool for the right job. So I need to read the markets, find out whether they're trending or ranging. If they're trending, well, I know a system with moving averages, like the push strategy for argument's sake. Perfect for it. You know, so that's what I did. And if a market is ranging, you can use an RSI. And if a market is rotating, well, it has a mean, and it is doing that, I can use a rotation. So as long as I have the tools, I can apply it to the charts. The trick is knowing the condition of the charts at the right time. And the last part of patting yourself on the back is the important part, and that is the target. Why is that important? See, I'm a target trader, and the targets are what keep me grounded. So in this scenario, we're going 500 to 6, which is a target of 20% or £100. It then becomes real. I can understand that, and I know why I'm doing it. And that's the key point. You always need to know the who, why, whats of this world. You know, well, who is it? Well, it's me and a plan. What is it? It's an action with tools, using market conditions to select the right tool. And the why is to make £100. So you break your £100 into 5 days, which becomes £20 per day. If you're at £1 a pip, that's 20 pips. Go onto the sheet, which is my wage maker. You see I base everything on 20 pips. So I knew I needed to get up to about £1, which is where the two positions came at 50p each. But I must keep within risk tolerance. So it's going back to the plan and the tools, because that's all part of an action. And it all combines together. So the whole process has all been about know thyself. I knew what my capabilities were. I knew which markets I was looking for, and I knew which tools to use to conduct business. And that business was to turn £500 into £600, which was a plan. And I know it might seem odd to look at it that way, because you want to see the big money. You want to see the Lamborghinis and all of this. Think of it this way. If you do a little bit every single day, all those little bits add up. And that's been the whole process this week. £20 a day was the initial target. And if you can run it over, well, great. Those little bits running over added up, and it's given me a day off. I can't make it any simpler than that, guys. It's just breaking everything down to the lowest denominator. And talking of lowest denominator, where's the lowest of the low? Because she's only a tinky-winky person. She's not doing her job because I've got an empty cup. That is shocking. But I am having a day off, so I think I might take her out for lunch, have a nice time, and spend the £100 wisely. Hope that all made sense. So best of luck in your journeys, guys. And remember, do what you love. The money will follow. See you all in the next one.